up, everybody? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. And today I'm going to be talking about something that's pretty dear to me, an issue that I've been have experienced 34 years of living. I know, right? I look mad old. But the issue is raising interracial children in America. And biracial, whatever, falls under that window. And I understand for whether it's two parents, one parent, whatever, it's a pretty challenging situation, I guess. Nowadays, I guess it's not as difficult, and depending on what part of the country you live in, it's not as difficult either for a lot of those metropolitan cities with multicultural, cosmopolitan type cities. It's not as much of a challenge you would think. But for those who are in more conservative areas down south, it can be a issue. And like I said, a lot of this I could just only imagine way back in like the 50s and 60s having to go through this. I came up in the 80s. So the issue being my mother didn't really, I guess, couldn't really see the issues that I would face, growing up and stuff like that. And the issues that children have to deal with growing up as an interracial child in a particular area because a lot of times as the parents you have to deal with your own issues as far as society and bigots looking at you for dating outside of your race, and they have their own uh, preconceived notions about you and things like that. So you have to deal with that as the parent, but as your child has their own set of issues they have to deal with as far as socializing, especially at these young ages when, like I said, for the areas who aren't as, multicultural and dealing with those things. So the child, a lot of times, is teased, ostracized, and just judged based upon something that they're not even in control of. And this can happen. This can happen anywhere with any race, but it can happen a lot for as far as colorism within the black community in itself. So they, like I said, the child may be judged or treated a certain way for something that they're not in control of, which is their appearance at the end of the day. And these children get teased, harassed for their looks, get called names, called out of their name, called every name in the book, you know, for that. So these other children that they have certain perception, about your child or about children that are different. And this perception is based upon what they're taught at home and what they see on television, how they feel about an interracial child or a child that just looks different altogether. Some children, some of these kids, and I've experienced all the stuff that I'm telling you about, I experienced growing up. Some of these kids may have resentment towards you because of that. Your child may even get physically assaulted by another child just for the way they look. How crazy is that, right? Which I've been through that, fights, all that stuff, just because the way I look, teased, call out my name, all kind of crazy stuff like that. Um, the child may go through a lengthy process early on, trying to discover themselves and where they fit in with the other children. You know, if they have two parents, which side am I? Which side do I have an affinity towards? Is it this side or this side? Based upon that. And the child may go through points of low self esteem and, inadequacy, not feeling like they're adequate and stuff like that. And even, like I said, torn by identity issues. How do they identify themselves in society and come to terms with it? The whole society's ideology about race and the fact that the color of our skin you have to choose instead of just being a human being and a person. So for the parents who may be raising a child that don't even see this coming, I just encourage you to instill confidence in your child. Continue to instill confidence in your child. Tell them to treat everyone the same regardless. You know, impress upon your children that it's their character that matters. Character is over everything, and that'll blur those lines, so to speak, based upon their personality and their character. Impress that upon your child, their intelligence, their character, their personality, and just to treat everyone, you know, nice. Be nice to everyone. Be good to everyone. Be kind to everyone. Smile at everyone constantly. Things of that nature. Because you're going to have people that don't like you just for the way you look, which is the dumbest thing ever, you know. So, along with those challenges, just explain to your child. Obviously, don't act as if nothing is going on and like you're oblivious to it. But just explain to your child the way the world is. Racism does exist. There are people out here, there are bigots, there are prejudiced people, and this is just the way it is, and this is the way you have to deal with it. And just continue to impute this in your child. Build your child's confidence up, and explain things to your child and prepare your child for what is to come. So when it does happen, they will know how to react to it ahead of time. Because if you're interracial, biracial, whoever, you had to have experienced this at some point in your life. I'm assuming if I went through it, I'm assuming you went through the same thing, and your kids might be going through the same thing also. So it's just a matter of education a lot of times, just education. So that's pretty much all I had to say on the subject. I just wanted to really make this video to speak to the parents who aren't familiar or who are new to this interracial paradigm, race thing, and creating a child that's a product of this, that's different from other children, who has to come to terms with their identity and who they are, which is a human being. So I'm glad I finally got this video out. I've been meaning to do it for a while. I wanted to actually write a book about it. Raising interracial children in America, and as a parent, because obviously I have children also. My children are interracial as well, obviously. So yeah, that's all I got. If you got any questions, feel free to ask me. Shoot me an email. If you like me to speak on something in particular, shoot me an email, comment. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Facebook. The link is in the description. Check out my books on Amazon. The link is in the description, and all that good stuff. So anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. I'll check y'all on the next video. Peace.